That feeling of waking up in the morning like you need food, or you skip a meal and you feel like you're like desperate for food. A lot of people have that and they think that's hunger. That's not hunger. That's parasites. Okay? There's real hunger when you're like genuinely hungry, and that has a depth to it. And then there's this parasite chemical hunger, which feels like you're going to die if you don't eat. It feels like you can't think unless you eat. So basically, you know, it never ends. You always want to keep bad bugs in check, and terrain modification, that's called, where you're just supporting the terrain with all the good things.
I was starting to go through multiple protocols, and from your initiation, and I did have things that I never thought were going to come out. I had a pretty good idea based on you and knowing you, but they were coming out. And it's kind of like when they come out, you're like, I'm glad they're leaving.
Big ass worms. You sent me photos. They were big worms.
Yeah, we're talking
2-3 feet. Yeah,
people.
yeah.
Whoa. And
you were a healthy dude. You were vibrant. So imagine someone's sick. You know, if I eat sushi, I will have an itchy anus within 24 hours. Okay, and that I know is replication.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know it's from sushi is the ultimate way you're going to catch parasite eggs.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
If you've been eating sushi, you have parasites.
Like beyond guaranteed.
Right.
I will give you every dollar I have if you do a thorough parasite cleanse and don't see one if you're a sushi eater. Yeah.
Right. And, you know, you must have seen these other videos where people will bring out a salmon or something buy it from a store and it thaws out, and I don't know, some people pour Coke on it or sodium bicarbonate maybe, and then all of a sudden all these worms start coming out.
Yes.
So does cooking
is not going to kill all of the eggs. No way. No way. If you eat fish, if you eat sushi, I don't eat any fish. I don't eat sushi. Yeah. None of it. None of the squid, shrimp. Shrimp is notorious.
Oh, squid's the bottom feeder.
Yeah. All the bottom feeders are going to have major, major parasites and parasite eggs. All of that stuff, again, you will see for yourself if you do a parasite cleanse. Don't take my word for it. Once you do one, you're going to feel what it's like to not have bugs replicating inside of you. Right. And then you start eating fish.
That feels good.
Within weeks, you'll notice a difference. Within weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like the context here is, in general, like someone comes from the Mediterranean, and Mediterranean diet's been studied a long time, and they eat occasional fish.
Yeah, but they're healthy people. They're happy people.
But they're
balanced.
They have that's my point. That there's a different context to that. Plus, our modern day world, our fish that now is the fish that number one is being caught, or it's farmed, or imagine now if you're a fish farmer and you're dumping antibiotic food and all of that stuff. So the environment going back to the environment, and I'm going to hit this point over and over again, the environment of those fish are horrible, therefore breeding more and more of their imbalance, more of their parasites. So those fish are extremely unhealthy already. Yes. On top of it, probably have infinitely more parasites. So now you're consuming that because you love fish and love sushi. The modern world has just pushed you infinitely more towards exposure of said parasite.
Yes.
And so again, these categories of like fish are good. No, they're not.
Yes, you can't make a generalization.
You can't make this.
You can have a fish that was raised in a certain way, like you said, versus like even the best of the best wild caught in Alaska. Mm-hmm. I don't even think that is healthy, honestly. Right. But the difference in that spectrum is massive.
Right.
You can't even compare the two fish together. How could you say fish are good?
Right.
Whereas this fish is literally rotting a corpse. It's poison.
Yeah.
And this fish is probably not too far off from it, even though it's coming from our oceans. That's just because of the state of the world.
And we don't have a regulatory body that's got your back when you go to your store and you buy this whatever.
Yeah.
Right? You don't even know anymore.
No.
Like
they're chlorinating fish. They're changing the color. They're putting dyes and all kinds of crazy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Yeah. So we talked about sushi. We
Yeah.
talked
So
about
sushi, like pork as well, right? Pigs don't have sweat glands. They're just just a living, breathing decomposition death organism. They're cute and whatever. They're intelligent.
keep them as pets.
Keep them as
Don't
pets.
don't kill them. Don't eat them.
They should not be eaten. There's a reason Muslims and Jews don't eat pork. It's not for just like this random religious purpose. It's they are infested. They eat their own feces. They will eat anything, and they don't have sweat glands. They cannot remove toxins from their system. They just accrue. They're just accrual beasts that just take on and take on. They only know how to ingest.
So the reason they're fat is they're just swollen from
They're just
inflamed.
no lymph system. There's no release.
Yeah,
valve.
but I want my bacon.
yeah. A little maybe wild boar bacon, right, for some, but
No way. Not even.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of, I mean, let's go there for a second because meat too, like, and you go back to again terrain. It's any food or any meat is death, right?
I actually like red meat, but we have a different opinion there. But it's okay.
So, but I want to lean into your point of view because I would imagine eating too much of it is creating a hell of a terrain.
I don't know.
Because
it creates acidity, it creates mucus forming and all of that. I think it depends on the body type. This is what I've gathered. It depends on the body type. I think some people thrive on meat. I'm actually one of those people. If I just eat red meat, specifically cow, like beef, I won't actually get parasite growth. If I eat fish or pig or restaurant food, even if it's the cleanest restaurant food, I'll start to get that parasite.
But you're
growth.
eating other foods. You're not just eating meat.
Yeah. There's of course.
Yeah.
But so I actually think that clean meats are not havens, for parasite eggs, like red meat specifically, and wild game and stuff like that.
But then again, the breed, so you can afford that,
right? Yeah,
you can afford cleaner meats, but again,
normal store-bought meats, forget about it.
Which is 99%.
Then they're way better off with vegetables,
right?
In that department.
So that's again the nuance.
Yeah.
So I understand. Okay, you want to do that, and you can afford it,
right?
And you can get game. You can do all that. Okay, that's your choice. But again, people here, carnivore this and all of that other stuff, but their choice is the worst form of that. The environment. Just look at the environment of these things. They're already
concentrated antibiotics. It all goes concentrated into the creature.
Exactly. A certain level of feces, certain level of pus, certain level of like they can be sold to people. So anyway, we can table that for a second. Sure. But again, the context really, really, really does matter.
Yeah.
Because again, those environments. So in terms of ultra processed food, what are you seeing with super ultra processed food?
I mean,
and the simple carbohydrates and all of that
exactly.
stuff.
All of that stuff is food for parasites.
Yeah.
Anything that breaks down super quickly like that, any of the processed foods, first of all, there's a lot of Instagram videos that show like parasite eggs in these processed foods.
It's
like
weird
eggs,
guys looking under microscopes, breaking apart.
There's metals in cereals, like metal flakes.
Yeah, I remember this guy broke apart a Twix.
And what there was
Twix, and there's like, and he went under the microscope, and there's worms in it. And you guys going, what the hell? How is a worm surviving a shelf life of 12 years?
It's crazy how resilient they are. They can withstand like 400-degree cooking temperatures. Like it is absurd.
That's what we're dealing with.
Yes.
That's what I want people to understand.
Yes.
It's not just a raw fish.
No.
It's shit food, and these things are the origin of life.
Like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Maybe
they killed I think they killed the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs
it wasn't a meteorite. It was worms.
The worms. the ancient old worms.
They shapeshifted.
Yeah.
That's how they really knew to take over the world.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we killed the dinosaurs, but we got to get a little smaller.
We're too big and we're too obvious. We got to get smaller, guys.
I think we discovered something just now. That's pretty funny. So clearly these things are so resilient, which again, ultra processed food is nitric oxide for the engine of these parasites, right?
Yes.
So it's like,
and sugar, refined sugars.
Yeah, refined sugars and all of that stuff. So, and going back to your point, acidification, environment, all of that stuff, creating the environment for the waste to continue to be waste, for those parasites to be breeding and proliferating and continuing.
Yes, and feeding on you and feeding on your chi and just occupying your body more and more and more.
Yeah. I mean, this whole area, which I would love to see one day, between the mindset, the mind thought, you know what I mean? You say it. Mm-hmm. And I believe that too, as within, so without, as above, so below. And I really do believe that, because we can also acidify our lives and ourselves and our bodies with just negative. Mm-hmm. And what starts first, right?
Yeah.
It's chicken or the egg. Maybe that shows up. Maybe it was a trauma that started it. Maybe, you know what I mean?
It's all together.
It's a web of connectivity.
Absolutely,
that I think is important to understand. And I think that if anyone is having a hard time in life, to not look at what you're feeding yourself and the environment you're creating is a disservice to.
It's
right?
It's psychosis.
Yeah,
to not look at that is like, you must be psychotic.
Yeah, which you're saying,
Yeah.
And you're saying not even tongue in cheek. You literally went through it yourself, thinking people thought you were crazy. You thought you were crazy.
I thought I was a tormented soul. I thought I was literally put on this planet to suffer. I thought I was diseased. I thought I had every diagnosis in the book. The context shift that happened when I started to learn about toxins and cleansing and rejuvenation and all this stuff, cellular restoration, is like, wait a minute. Every one of those like labels I put on myself were wrong. Right. They were just flat out wrong.